The best way to predict the future is to invent it. So hello and welcome. I'm your host Dr. Ruby Gill and extend my warm welcome to all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So attendees, you might be wondering of the reason that why we have gathered virtually. So let me reveal the reason and tell you we are all gathered here for this incredible session which our expert is here, which is, as she's going to tell us all about. Let's teach a robo. So before we commence, let me introduce the experts of the day. Dr. Archana Kanwar, Assistant Professor, School of Electronics and Electrical Engineering, lovely professional university. A young and dynamic personality who have her doctorate in instrumentation and control engineering with robotics and automation expertise from the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar. Her expertise lies in mobile robotics and robot operating system, and to her credit, she has numerous research papers in journals of repute. So, ma'am, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. With equal pleasure, I would like to welcome our admission nominee, Dr. Tushinder Preet Kaur, Professor and Coordinator of CEL, Department of Counseling and Admissions, lovely professional university. She is a dynamic personality with an experience of more than 15 years as an academician. She has presented papers in numerous national and international conferences. She has, to her credit, more than 40 research papers published in refereed national and international journals of repute and has authored one book as well. So today she will tell us all about infrastructure of the university and highlights of the university as well. So ma'am, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Ruby, for a brief description.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So with this, we'll begin today's webinar and looking forward for a great interactive session. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ruby ma'am. Thank you, Tushinder ma'am. Okay, so let's start with today's webinar. So as you all know that today's webinar is on Let's Teach a Robot. So in this, we will be going to study about that what basic robot is, what are its components, and how we can teach it and replicate the same action. So basically, starting with what is the definition of a robot? So can I get some answers in the chat box that what according to you is a robot? Yes. Any guesses? Okay, so let's start with its definition. So basically, robot is a machine which we are programming so that we can carry out some of the complex tasks and reduce some human efforts in that with no human intervention, or you can say autonomously as well, so that we can have very high speed and precision in performing any of the complex tasks. After that, you can say that most of you are having that perception in the mind that robot should be some autonomous. So autonomous, and as well as they should resemble some human beings, like you might have seen Sophia, but always the robot is not resembling a human being. It's basically the appearance of that robot can change. It can be a wheeled robot, and we are having different robots also. So after the definition of robots, so why we require robot is because of speed, consistency, safety, perfection, and productivity. So with all these things, we can improve any task which we are doing right now manually with the help of robots that can be done autonomously. So there, as I already mentioned, there are different types of robots. Some are wheeled robots. So this is one of the example of wheeled robots. Basically, the robots which are performing the task and they are having wheels, so we can categorize them as wheeled robots. Then as the legged robots, instead of wheels, if a robot is having legs, Then we can term the task legged robots. It can be designed for different tasks, whatever task you want your robot should perform. It is just you can design based on that particular thing. Then as aerial robots. So aerial robots, basically I think you might all have seen the drones, and drones are basically the aerial robots. Here is one of the example that a drone or aerial robot is taking a chair from the particular place and will be keeping it somewhere else. After that, we are having underwater robots. Underwater robots are basically for the perception of the underwater and about the aquatic life. So for those, we require underwater robots. After that is the humanoid robots. So humanoid robots, basically, as its name suggests, will be resembling as humans, and they will be designed based on some artificial intelligence techniques so that they can resemble us, they can perform the task as humans can perform that, but with high speed and more precision. After that, there is always not like that. The robot should be moving. It should be having some wheels, legs, or some, you can say, humanoid effort so that they can move from one place to another place. But some robots are stationary also. So we will be going in much more detail about these stationary robots in today's webinar. So stationary robots are those robots which are fixed at some place, but they are performing some task. Like you can see in this picture, a robot is fixed at a place and is picking and placing a particular thing from one place to the other place. So these type of robots that you have just seen is basically known as robotic arm or manipulator. So what is basically a robotic arm? It's basically a mechanical arm, or you can say it is just performing the action just similar to our human arm. So as you can see that our arm is also can be used. We are actually doing picking and placing the substances. We are actually gripping something in our hand. We are holding something. So that is basically a gripper. So in the right image, you can see that robotic arm is having a gripper. So with that gripper, you can hold something. And a similar way, we are having some other robotic arm which are not similar to the human. You can say like our arm is visualizing, we are not having that same robotic arm, but we are having some manipulators or robotic arm in the way of in the right image, as you can see. So there are different components of robotic arm. So first one is joint and actuators. So basically, if we want some mechanism like our human arm, we will be having some joints, like we are having elbow. So elbow is one of the joint in terms of robotics. So that joint we require so that it can actually connect more than you can say arms of our the shoulder is another joint, and it is actually shoulder and elbow. In between shoulder and elbow there is some segment, you can say, which is basically termed as link. So there are two types of joint basically. The one is rotational and the linear. Rotational, as you can see in the right image, it is basically giving some rotation to the manipulator or robotic arm, and linear, as you can see in the left image, is basically providing some translation in a you can say linear manner. So there after joints we require some actuators, because there we require some mechanism which can move that particular joint or links. So for that we will be using some of the motors for that. So after that is the links. As in the right image you can see over here, these red joints are these red points are basically the joints, and in between these joints we are having one segment, that is blue color, is actually known as links. And these links are basically interconnected between two joints. So we require at least two joints to connect one link in between. And after that, obviously, power source and controller, because without power, we will not be able to initiate any of the action, any of the tasks with the help of robotic arm or any type of robot we can talk about. And the controller basically will be executing all the programs, all the applications that we have designed, and will execute all the tasks. With the help of the controller, we can do that. So these are basically some of the applications like picking and place. placing an object, or you can say see in the right image that the box has been pegged up and is placed somewhere. Then is the stacking, and then is packaging also. So these are basically industrial applications where robotic arms are used these days. And another one is in medical for rehabilitation, and then for surgeries also. These days in medical field, we are having robotics arm to make the work more precise, the task more precise. Then in industries, for you can say that like in automobile industries or car industries, we actually are having robotic arms so that the work at a single moment we can have multitaskable performance in a particular industry. So I will be now depicting, showing you. I will be now showing you one of the manipulator that we are having in our lab. Just let me open that. Yes, as you can see over here, this is one of the manipulator that we are having, robotic arm we are having. So you can see over here, this is one of the joint, which is basically making this robot move, this robotic arm move. This is one of the joint, and this white portion between these two joints is the link. So with the help of this, we can perform so many tasks. So right now I will be showing you how we can make this robot teach. I will be teaching it, and then I will be letting this robot perform the same task. So for that, I'm sharing the screen for this robot controller. So this robot is basically having multiple tasks. Like it is Yes, so this is basically the platform, the interface with which we can control this robotic arm. With this, we can control the robotic arm. Okay.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. We can't see any window you are sharing apart from this.
Okay, I'm sharing it again. Thanks for informing.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. It is visible now.
Okay, thank you. So this is basically the interface, you can say, with which we will be controlling this robotic arm that you can see over here. So there are various applications and various, you can say, tasks we can make it work with the help of this robotic arm. So first one is teaching and playback. So basically it is termed as teach pendant. So in teach pendant, what we will be doing is, what we will be teaching it that at what particular coordinate it has to move, from where it has to pick, and where it has to place it. So in this way we can teach it, and then we can play the same thing again and again. How many times we want, we can set that. After that, we can make it write and draw also. If we want that robotic arm to write something, we can make that. Just we have to change the tool. Right now, for picking it, as I want to pick something, I will be using suction pump. And for writing and drawing, I will be using a pen or pencil. With that, I can make this robotic arm to draw something or write something. And this is the blockly with which we can not even we can teach it, we can also code it in the form of blocks or in text format. After that, we made a particular program. We can make that particular task to be performed with the help of this robotic arm. After making it, you can say, writing the code, we can control it with the motion, our hand motion. We can actually do the laser engraving also. This robotic arm is also having an option of 3D printing. So all these applications we can perform with the single robotic arm. So let's now teach this robot, and then we will be making it do the same performance as we have taught it. So what we will be doing is, we will be over here, you can see over here is basically there is X, Y, and Z in our coordinates. So basically X, Y, Z are the coordinates where the robotic arm is at that particular moment. So we will be saving all these data, and once we have saved all the data, we will be playing it back. So My student Ankit will be helping me in this. So Ankit, you just move it to different positions, and I will show them that how it is going to save. Yes. Now you can stop. So as we have stopped over here, so these are the coordinates of the robotic arm. So these coordinates are getting saved one by one. Now, if we move to some other place, let's suppose I'm making it down, the other coordinates will get saved. And similar way, if I want to pick something, so I will be taking the robotic arm over there. And once it is placed over there, the coordinates again are saved. Now I want the suction pump to be on. So for that, I will be selecting from the tools menu, the suction pump. Once the suction pump is selected, we will be able to set the suction pump also. So now here you can see that the suction pump option is coming up once I selected it. So what I will be doing is now I want to pick that particular object. So I have to open the suction pump. So I will be selecting suction pump on. Once it's on, it will pick that particular object, and then I will be making it by changing the position again. Now again, I have changed the position. Now over here, the another coordinates are being saved. I want to place this object after picking somewhere else. So I will be now making my robotic arm move to that particular point, and then we'll be letting it to drop somewhere. Now, if I want the manipulator to drop this cube that it has first picked, I want to drop it over here. So I will be over here making that suction pump should get off. But at the other places, I will be making it on just by clicking it and selecting that suction pump on is required. But here I want suction pump to be off, so I will be selecting off. Now, once we have teased these things, I want to play the same thing. So what I will be doing is I will be just clicking on start, and you can see that my manipulator, without my control, I'm not holding it. It will start doing the same action, and then it will drop somewhere. I can repeat the same task. Please. You can now see that it has picked it and it will be placing it somewhere, wherever we want it to place. So if I repeat the same task again, it will be doing the same thing with these instructions again. So the same task will get on repeating the same thing just by teaching it. We have teach it and then we are making it repeat the same thing. I can show you one more time the same thing. So once the coordinates are saved, the robotic arm will be able to get to that coordinates from the saved data that we have already given to it. So this is teaching the robot and then making that robot play the same action, respond to the same action again and again. Okay, so after that teaching, what we can do is there is one more way with which we can make this robot perform a particular task. That is with the help of block-based coding. So I will be opening the another interface, that is Blockly. So in Blockly, I have already one code saved. I will be showing you that. So this is a simple pick and place code, Blockly block-based code. So first of all, what we have to do, again, we have to save the coordinates. So the coordinates will be saved in X, Y, and Z because all these three axis coordinates we have to give. Once we have given this coordinates using the command set X, set Y, set Z, so with all these commands, we have to first check that where the robot is actually. So if I want my robot to pick it from here, so it will be picking it from here. So from where I will be getting the coordinates of the robot. At the right side of the panel, you can see that X, Y, Z and R coordinates are present. So I will be just directly taking these coordinates and will be saving it in my code. Like I have already mentioned it, set X to 225, set Y to 6, and similarly set Z to minus 109. After that, I want the suction pump to be on. So for that, I will be choosing the N tool, that is suction pump. And if I want to make it on, I have to give it a command to make it on using the block suction pump on. From here, I can change the pump on and off. Right now I want to make it on because once it is reached at this particular point, I want that the cube should be picked by that manipulator. So if I want to be that cube should be picked, I will be making it on. So now with this, once the suction pump is on, now I want the manipulator to move to other point and then place it somewhere else. So for that, I will be setting up the speed and acceleration also, and the velocity and acceleration ratio I will be setting it up. And then the height I have to mention as 40 is the height of the cube, that the object you want to pick it up, so that the manipulator should not go beyond that 40. It should be at a height of 40 from the base. So that's why I am setting it as 40. And then I will be setting the commands to move my manipulator. Once it has picked up that cube, it will be placing it somewhere. For that, I have to make the manipulator jump to other coordinates. So that coordinates I have given, that is a jump to X, Y, and Z. And similarly, after it has reached to that particular coordinates where I want my cube to be placed, I will be making the suction pump on. Because if my suction pump is on, at that time, the cube will be holded by the manipulator. Once I make it off, the suction pump will be off, and then the cube will get released from the manipulator and will fall at that particular place where we have saved it. And then after that, once it is placed over there, I want the manipulator to jump to the initial coordinates. So I will be writing the command jump to X, Y, and Z. And X, Y, Z are these coordinates which are already saved in this. So I am starting this, and you can see that after starting, the manipulator will go to that particular point, will pick it and then place it. It has picked that particular cube and then will be placing it somewhere else. And this action is repeated because it is placed in a loop while it is true. The same thing will be performed. Keep on performing the same thing again and again. You can see that the same task is getting performed again and again unless or until I'm not going to stop it. I have stopped it, so it is getting stopped. So I would like to take queries if any query is with any of the student before I proceed further. Okay. Now I will be showing you that how we can write and draw the things, whatever I want to write, whatever I want to make the things draw with the help of the manipulator itself. So this is basically the interface where we will be writing something or drawing something, or if you want to make this manipulator draw some character also, you can take that image and you can incorporate that image in this particular window you are which you are able to see. So this basically area where this LPU, you can see where I am making it rotate. This is the area where your manipulator can write. This is basically, you can say, the area of region where your manipulator can easily write something, draw something for you. So what we have to do in this case is, obviously, as right now the end effector is connected, at the end of the manipulator, we are having this suction pump. And with the suction pump, we will not be able to write anything. So what we have to do is we have to change this tool from the suction pump. We will be changing it to pen or pencil with whatever we want to draw something or write something. So what we have to do in that case, we will be first inputting the some text. Let's suppose I want to print LPU. So I will be writing in input text, the text, whatever I want to write. I have written LPU over here. So after this, I'm making it bold. If you want to make it bold, you can do that. If you want to make it underline, you can do that as well. If you want to print in italic form, you can do that as well. So with the bold, I'm going right now. So after that, you have to click on OK. So that text will appear in that particular window. Wherever we want to make it right, we can rotate it. Suppose I want to write it over here. If I want to reduce the size of this, I can reduce that as well. So I'm just fixing it over here. So just allow me 2 or 3 minutes so that I can set up this thing. Over here also, the dot where it is going is, it is actually printing in that manner. So once everything is getting written on that particular paper, it will stop automatically. Yeah, so it has printed the LPU, as you can see over here. This is what is written by the robotic manipulator, the same thing LPU, as you can see. I hope it's visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, so see, with the single manipulator, we can perform so many tasks. So this is about the, you can say, real demonstration about this manipulator. Now, I would like to share one more thing with you. That is, the same manipulator has been designed by our students. So just have a look of that in this video.
Ma'am, I believe there is some kind of technical issue we are facing.
Yeah.
It's a picture, it's not a video. I believe so.
Yeah, I don't, there is, I think, some issue with the internet. That's why it is not getting
All right.
started.
Apart
Yeah.
from this, ma'am. Okay.
So you can see over here, this is the manipulator designed by the students of our own university, and they have actually made a robot which is actually doing the same task of picking and placing it. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was quite an impactful presentation, and thank you so much for your insight and guidance. And your expertise and knowledge is exactly what students needed today to move forward and grow exponentially. So thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such an information with us and with the attendees. So with this, I would like to request Dr. Tushinderpreet Kaur, ma'am, our admission nominee, to please share the screen. Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. We can see the presentation. Yes, ma'am. Over to you for the admission part of the university.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ruby. A very good afternoon to each one of you. I hope you all are fine and safe at your places. So today I'll speak about the rankings, the campus life, the infrastructure. Last but not the least, I'll tell you the ways to save your money by taking the scholarship from the university. So guys, it gives me immense pleasure to share that the 12 students out of like 13 students, they represented the university in Tokyo Olympics 2020, and they brought laurels by winning the various medals. Now, the story doesn't end there. The university also lifted up the runner-up trophy, Khelo India University Games, and wherein they also brought laurels by winning various medals. The glimpse is not new to you. This is a clear picture which you are aware of. He is none other than our student, Mr. Neeraj Chopra. He's the one who made the Indians proud, but LPUs too. This is a glimpse you can have that thousands of our LPU alumni, they are working in MNCs, not within the India, but yes, at overseas, over the package of 1 crore and above. This gives me immense pleasure to share that our Honorable Chancellor, lovely professional university, Dr. Ashok Mittalji, he is now a member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. I'll further move towards the rankings which university is having. The university has been ranked 23rd by the Times Higher Education. In addition to this, the university has been ranked by NIRF. The ranking is 47th among all government and the private universities in India. The university has been ranked 51st for engineering, 13th for the School of Law, 12th for the School of Architecture and Design. And World Universities with Real Impact ranking has ranked the university as 2nd. It also gives me immense pleasure that university has been ranked 3rd by Atal ranking of institutions on innovation as well as the achievements, which itself showcase the level of research in which the university is taking care for. Further moving ahead, I'll speak about the campus life and the type of exposure which is offered to the students. The university proudly hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, where he renamed the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. This is a glimpse of Nobel laureate for peace and the great spiritual leader of Tibet, Dalai Lama ji, who graced the convocation of LPU as a chief guest. This is a glimpse which you can have wherein late Shri Pranab Mukherjee visited the university and chaired the convocation twice. This is a glimpse where you can see that Shri Arun Jaitley ji, he inaugurated this startup school at LPU and promoted the students, highlighted the students to initiate these startups at the earlier age. He's a world-renowned life coach, Gaur Gopal Das ji. He also visited the university, interacted with the students and inspired them to initiate to talk about and how the ways to lead a inspiring life, a leading happy life. So apart from the great leaders, the university has also welcomed the celebrities, the glimpse which you can visualize Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone. In addition to this, the famous Indian team captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni also visited the university. The list is long. I have just captured 3-4 glimpses and put it into my presentation. So a few days back, the stars also visited the university. Now I'll go ahead with the infrastructure which university is having. Yeah. The infrastructure. Let me be very clear. The LPU's infrastructure is one of the largest and the biggest infrastructure. We have amphitheaters which are used to organize Nukkad Nataks as well as some events. The university has 3 auditoriums. This is one of the biggest and the largest auditorium, Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium, with a seating capacity of 2,500 people. This is the heart and soul of Lovely Professional University. This is the Uni Center, which comprises of Lovely Suites and the various shops. So these are run by the students. We do have incubation centers. We invite your entrepreneurial ideas. This is the academic facility which we are providing, the library, 9-storied library is there. We have a lot of databases. Just to bring you out from the academic monotony, we have a bowling alley. Those who are gym freak, we have gym for them. So we provide wide facilities, sauna, etc., sauna bath, etc. facilities. Trainers are there. We are worried about your health as well. So we do have Uni Hospital with 24/7 beds available. This is the glimpse of Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium with wide variety facilities, multifarious facilities are there. You can have a glimpse of a swimming pool. This is the all-weather swimming pool, badminton courts, shooting range, and lot many other swimming pools, yoga room, aerobics room, squash courts. These all are the facilities under one roof. So this is the day view of the university. This is the night view of the university. I'll take you to the website where I told you that I'll tell you how to save your money. Okay, I'm visiting the website. You can note the link. It's lpu.in. So once we visit the website, there I'm going to click at admissions. After clicking on the admissions, I'm going to the UG programs, that is after 12. Then I am going to select at the discipline, because you are attending this. So I'm introspecting that you all belong to the engineering or you are having the inclination towards the engineering discipline. So we are going ahead with the electrical engineering. We are floating a program that is BTech Electrical Engineering, which comprises of 4 years duration, equivalent to 8 semesters. To initiate with, I'll mention the eligibility of this program, which is 60% in 10+2 with the combination of physics, mathematics, and English.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we are unable to see the website, ma'am.
I have shared the website. Is it? Okay, I'll again share it. Is it now visible, Dr.
Yes.
Ruby?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll again take a second to initiate with the things. I went to the admissions. I selected the engineering as a discipline, then electrical engineering. From there, I selected BTech Electrical Engineering, which is a 4 years program, which is equivalent to 8 semesters. Yeah, I was talking about the eligibility. It's 60% in 10+2 with the combination of physics, mathematics, and English. Continuing with the same, in addition to this, we have one exam, that is Lovely Professional University's National Entrance and Scholarship Test, which serves 2 purposes. eligibility as well as the scholarship. Now, further scrolling more, I want to showcase the another things, the fee structure as well as the scholarship. The fee for this particular program is 1,20,000 per semester. We do acknowledge your hard efforts, and we float this scholarship on the basis of your previous qualification as well as on the basis of your performance in LPU Nest. So there are two different ways, but one best scholarship will be provided to the student. So by scrolling this, you can come to know the different dates as well. I think there is some technical glitch. Dr. Ruby, is my screen visible?
No, ma'am. It's a little bit blurred, I would say. I think some kind of technical glitch is there.
Okay.
It enables us to see that. Okay, ma'am, you want to share the important dates?
Yeah, I want to share. Can you please help me in sharing that?
Give me a moment, ma'am.
Okay. Hold on, I have reached at that place. Dr.
Yes,
Ruby,
ma'am.
thank you so much. I'll continue from here only.
All right, sure, ma'am.
As I was interacting with my aspirants in regards to the particular program, the duration is 4 years, equivalent to 8 semesters. We are promoting the LPU Nest for both purposes, eligibility as well as the scholarship. So now the current schedule is available. The registration has already started. Don't wait for the last date. Book your LPU Nest. The slot booking will be starting from 15th of March. Date of examination will be from 5th of April to 30th of April. Then result will be announced, and then seat preference and the online counseling will take place. So we have started with the registration. Don't wait for any kind of a last date. Book your seat, book your LPU Nest preferably, prepare it. We do have the another site, nest.lpu.in, where you will be getting the information regarding what kind of questions would be there. So you can book it by paying, by applying it there. So you can see BTech exam is there. Click on the BTech. You will be coming to know the important dates, the sample questions, what kind of question paper pattern would be there. So every single information you will be able to get it. Important dates are there, then question paper pattern. So this blue bar will give you the detailed information regarding what kind of test it will be, question paper pattern it will be, sample questions. So whatever query you have into your mind, you will be getting through, it will be solved through this particular website. Moreover, if you are still left with any kind of a query, there are on the right side of, or the cursor I am mentioning, you can see it on the ways to connect us. LPU in your town is there. When we have 360-degree view, then we are available on live video counseling, then WhatsApp number, and you can also schedule a call for the same. So on this particular page, I have told you regarding the eligibility, the fee structure, these types of scholarship, and then the important dates. I always tell my candidates not to wait for the last date. Book your decision well in advance. In addition to this, due to some technical glitch, I was not able to showcase the fee structure. So guys, it's there in front of you. The fee I told was 1,20,000 per semester. So there are different scholarship slabs, that is 30%, 40%, 50%, which means that better you perform, better will be the scholarship. So we are floating the scholarship either on the basis of 10+2 or on the basis of LPU Nest. There are other ways as well, like on the basis of JEE mains, on the basis of the other scholarships, financial aid is there. But to conclude, one best scholarship will be given. So the ways I have told you, go through the website, explore it. Still you are not getting anything, you can get back to us. And these are the different ways: scheduling a call, WhatsApp, live video counseling. I'll definitely ask you to go through 360-degree view of the university. Now, LP in your town, you can check, you can visit our out campus offices, certain queries, and you can share your feedback as well. So with this, I have completed my presentation. Over to you, Dr. Ruby.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this elaborative yet informative information for our attendees. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time. So with this, I would like to request Archana, ma'am, to please join us as we have few queries from our attendees.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, we have some queries from attendees. So with your permission, we'll take up those queries.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So, ma'am, there is a query from Sanjeev Dharsh VR, if I'm pronouncing it right. He wants to know that how can we make this types? I believe he's talking about the robot which you have just designed. So, ma'am, any input on this?
Yeah, so for that, we will be obviously requiring motors, and that too depends upon that how much degree of freedom you want. That means how much joints you want in your robotic arm. So if I talk about my arm or human arm, so we are having basically 3 joints. So because we can move our shoulder, we can move our elbow, we can move our wrist as well. So there are 3 basic joints. So based on that, we will be requiring that much number of motors. And for links, we will be requiring some metal devices or metal components, and a controller and a power source. These are the basic 4 components that we will be requiring. And with that, we can easily design it. So a controller, I would say Arduino, because Arduino is the most basic one. So the basic robotic arm we can make with the Arduino itself and some servo motors.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we'll quickly take another question that is from Kiran Josh, who wants to know that how lovely profession university stand at par when it comes to robots.
So I would say we are on the way. We are not that much far. And if we compare our university with others, so very less universities are having robotics as a core engineering branch. So we are having that too. And we are having different robots. We are having sensors also on which students can do hands-on. And we are every semester organizing some industrial trainings, and also some competitions on which students are making robots by their own, and they are competing with each other. And yeah, I would say we are on the way on this robotics stream.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So we'll take up last but not the least question. So this question is from Shrihat. She wants to know that can students have hand-on experience on existing robots? So what's your take on this, ma'am?
It's completely we are doing hands-on experience. Yes, definitely before hands-on experience, we are letting them introduce to some simulators so that they can get some little bit knowledge about components, about sensors. And once they get comfortable with the virtual platform, we let them do the hands-on experience, and completely hands-on experiments are done. Also, we are organizing on every Saturday some software-based training. So in that, we are actually giving them information about the latest software, latest technique, and how we can implement that in latest robotics technology.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. It's been a pleasure to witness what you have shared today. So thank you so much, ma'am. So with this, we'll conclude today's webinar. Thank you, ma'am. So that's all for today, attendees. Thank you for sparing time and participating in the webinar. We appreciate you all for being here, and I believe your knowledge has been enriched by this webinar. Also, I would like to express my appreciation to the experts. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable contribution. Thank you to Shinda, ma'am. Thank you, Archana, ma'am, for your valuable time and your insights. Your years of research, your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So thank you so much. So until next time, I, Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.